There are many terms you will encounter in your graphic design career, and we've created a glossary to use as a reference anytime you need it. We took the most common terms and categorized them into 6 sections, including layout, typography, color, formatting, file types, and general terms. Let's get started with the layout terms. White space, also referred to as negative space, is the area devoid of visual elements in a design. Think of white space as breathing room that allows other design elements to shine through. An effective use of white space creates a sense of hierarchy, readability, and visual balance. In graphic design, a grid is the invisible framework of horizontal and vertical lines that act as a foundation for structuring your design elements. The grid provides a sense of order, consistency, and alignment, ensuring that every element contributes to the overall visual harmony. A grid system makes your design easy to navigate and visual pleasing to look at. Alignment refers to the visual connection between different elements in a design, ensuring they are arranged in a pleasing and cohesive manner. Alignment between elements can be horizontal, vertical, or centered depending on your desired effect. Think of a magazine layout where headlines and text columns are neatly aligned to the margins. Alignment helps you achieve order. Bleed refers to the area that extends beyond the intended edge of a printed piece, typically used for backgrounds or images that reach the edge of the paper. Trim marks indicate the final size of the document after the bleed is cut off. Think of a poster with a vibrant background that bleeds off of the edge, creating a visually immersive experience, as opposed to having a white border around it where the image does not go off of the side. The margin is the empty space between the edge of a page and the content area. Margin provides a visual buffer, preventing elements from feeling cramped or cluttered. Books generally have ample margin space around the text, which makes it easier to read, but any design intended for printed use utilizes margin. In printing, the safe zone refers to the inner area of the page where important content should be placed to avoid being cut off during trimming. It's crucial to keep text, logos, and other essential design elements within this safe zone to ensure they are not compromised during the printing process. Now let's move on to typography. A typeface refers to a family of a type style, all sharing common design elements and variations in weight, style, and size. For example, the Helvetica typeface includes variations like Helvetica Bold, Light, and Italic, all sharing the same core design, but each offering a different style. Now, a font, which most people call a typeface, actually refers to the individual weight within a typeface. Think of a font like choosing one family member from the typeface family. While Helvetica is the family name, Helvetica Bold is a specific font within that family. In typography, a serif refers to the pointy decorative area you see at the ends of the letter forms. This is essentially an additional line or stroke attached to the thicker line of that letter, which give these typefaces more of an elegant or sophisticated look. Sans serif typefaces are what people may refer to as clean or blocky typography. The sans portion at the beginning of the word means without or not, which literally translates to no serif. Script type is based off of calligraphy or the art of drawing letters using a pen. Within script, you can also have a lot of different styles, from monoline and thin script to a thick vintage-inspired script, and both, of course, have different use cases. Decorative or display type is meant to be eye-catching and exciting, which doesn't completely fit within the category of the other 3 typographic styles. They are highly stylized and often include unique and playful elements. While they are suitable for headlines and poster design, they may not be best suited for situations where you need to read a lot of text. Leading refers to the vertical space between lines of text. Proper leading is crucial for readability and visual balance. Too little leading can make text feel cramped and difficult to read, while too much can make your text appear disjointed. Kerning refers to the adjustment of space between individual letters within a word. Proper kerning ensures harmonious spacing and prevents letters from appearing too close or too far apart. Tracking, on the other hand, refers to the adjustment of space between all letters in a word, where adjusting the tracking places the same amount of space between each letter. This is also known as uniform letter spacing. In printed type design, you may also encounter words like widow and orphan. A widow is a single line of text consisting of one or more words, which appears at the top of a column at the end of a paragraph. An orphan is a single word that sits at the bottom of a paragraph of text, and this is what you usually would want to avoid in your printed type design. Now let's move on to our color terms. RGB, simply defined, stands for red, green, and blue. It's the color mode used for digital displays like computer screens and smartphones. These three primary colors are combined in varying intensities to create all the actual colors you see on these screens. When creating graphic designs intended for digital use, you would set your document to an RGB color mode. CMYK, on the other hand, stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. CMYK is the color mode used for traditional printing methods using inks on paper. These four inks are combined in varying degrees to create a wide range of colors. When creating graphic designs intended for printed use, like a magazine, you would make sure you set the document to CMYK or at least convert and export your project using this color mode. Pantone is a globally recognized color matching system used in both print and digital design. It provides a standardized physical and digital color reference which ensures consistency and accurate color reproduction across various media. Global colors, also known as project colors or document colors, are a set of predetermined colors used throughout a specific design project. They provide a consistent color palette for branding, UI or UX design, or any other visual work. You can easily access these colors and apply them to new elements in your design or make changes to all colors all at once. Opacity refers to the level of transparency of a color or object in your design. A fully opaque element is completely solid and blocks anything behind it from view. An element with a partial opacity is semi-transparent, allowing some light or background to show through, much like a stained glass window. Completely transparent elements allow all light or background to pass through, becoming invisible themselves, like a clear glass window pane. Let's move on to our formatting terms. Resolution refers to the level of detail in an image, which is measured in either dots per inch for printed design or pixels per inch for digital displays. Imagine an image as a grid of tiny squares. The more squares per inch, the higher the resolution and the sharper the image detail. DPI stands for dots per square inch. Used primarily for print media, DPI measures the density of printed dots per square inch. Higher DPI results in smoother, sharper printed images, but also makes larger file sizes. Standard document prints range from 150 to 300 DPI, while high-quality photos will require 300 DPI or more. PPI stands for pixels per square inch. Relevant for digital screens, PPI measures the density of pixels per square inch. Higher PPI displays sharper visuals, as there are more pixels packed into the same space. Standard laptop and monitor screens average between 96 and 140 PPI, while smartphones might have higher PPIs like 300, making images appear even sharper. Vector-based graphics use mathematical points and lines to define shapes, making them infinitely scalable without losing quality. Imagine drawing a shape with lines and points that can be stretched or shrunk without becoming blurry. This makes vector graphics ideal for logos, icons, and illustrations, which will be utilized at various sizes and in different layouts. Pixel-based graphics are composed of individual digital squares called pixels, almost like tiny mosaics. Scaling a pixel image can make the pixels visible and the image appear blocky or fuzzy. This is because you cannot scale a pixel-based image the way you can a vector-based graphic. A raster image, also known as a bitmap image, is a digital image composed of pixels. Each pixel in a rasterized image has a specific color and position, and together they form the entire image. In graphic design programs, rasterization is the process of converting a vector image to a pixel-based image, and this is often done for displaying vector graphics on screens such as a website. A watermark is a semi-transparent image, icon, or text element overlaid overlaid on an image or graphic, sometimes in a repeating pattern. A watermark is used to protect intellectual property such as copyright branding on photos or artwork. Landscape view refers to the orientation of an image or content where the width is greater than the height. Think of the standard 1920 by 1080 video format like you're watching right now on YouTube. Portrait view, on the other hand, has a height greater than the width, and this is the typical orientation for smartphone screens and most photography portraits. Let's move on to our file type terms. PDF stands for Portable Document Format, a document file format for preserving layout and formatting while remaining platform independent. A PDF is ideal for sharing text-heavy documents with images, graphs, and is generally the preferred format for printing, such as posters and more. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphic. Vector formatting is based on mathematical lines and points, like we learned earlier, which allows for infinite scaling without the loss of quality. SVG files can be opened in virtually any graphic design tool. A PNG is a compression image format for photographs and graphics with sharp edges and transparency. PNGs are strong files that reserve image quality without the degradation due to compression. PNGs support transparency, which is perfect for sharing graphic designs that need the background removed. A JPEG, on the other hand, is a compression image format for photographs and images with smooth gradients. JPEGs have a smaller file size compared to a PNG, which make them ideal for web images and other things like email attachments. A TTF or a TIFF file is a font file format originally created by Apple, but used on both Mac and Windows platforms. This TIFF file can be resized in a variety of programs to any size without loss in quality, and the type will look the same when you print it as it does as when you view it on your screen. OTF stands for Open Type File, which is a font file format with advanced typographic features and cross-platform compatibility. OTF files support multiple languages and character sets within one file. Now, it is also worth noting that you can have program-specific file types like a .ai for Adobe Illustrator, a .psd for Photoshop, a .procreate, and many others, which are all typically layered file types. You will most likely encounter these files in your graphic design career. Now we're going to end with some general terms in graphic design. Layers refer to the individual building blocks of your design. Layers allow you to build complex compositions by stacking and arranging individual elements like overlapping text, shapes, and images, which give you flexibility and control over your design. Keep in mind that layers may function differently between various programs, but they essentially will function the same way. Texture can refer to a wide range of different materials such as wood grain or concrete that you implement into your design. Using texture can add a tangible tactile feel to your design, bringing depth and visual interest. You can also achieve texture through patterns, gradients, noise, or even incorporating real-world textures like scanned fabric. Now, the easiest way to embed these textures into your design is by using different blending modes. Blending modes control how different layers interact with each other, creating stunning effects like overlapping shadows, transparent overlays, and vibrant color combinations. The most common modes are multiply, color burn, screen, overlay, soft light, and alpha, which will erase the texture from whatever is in the layer below it. For lack of a better phrase, backgrounds sit in the back of your design, providing a foundation and establishing context for the rest of your graphic. They can be simple, solid colors, complex patterns, or even vibrant images depending on your desired mood and message. Masking refers to the ability to hide part or parts of a layer in your design, letting only the desired areas show through. This allows you to create intricate shapes, reveal parts of other layers, or add creative effects like fades and transitions. Masking is used for a variety of reasons on a variety of elements from photographs to text. Mockups showcase your design in a simulated context, helping you visualize how it would look in its intended environment. For example, you may create a t-shirt design and want to show your client what it will look like in real life. You can utilize a t-shirt mockup to show how the graphic will appear on a shirt. This saves you from having to order a physical proof of every single graphic you design. While we've covered the basic terms in this video, there are many more that you might encounter as you dive deeper into graphic design. So don't hesitate to comment down below with a term that you might not know, and if you want to see more advanced versions like this video with even more terms, let us know in the comments as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more educational content just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.